Okay, now.
Khan. Yeah, man. So we're live.
Yep, all three.
The word of Yehovah, Hashem Yehovah.
Sure.
So we're gonna open up, Lord willing, get into a video. Gonna go into talk about the time we're living in. There's a lot. We've just watching a little bit of the news. A lot of things are coming out. This man is being revealed, well and truly being revealed. When I say this man, I'm talking about the devil, which is Esau incarnate, devil incarnate in the flesh, the devil. So before we start, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Makakodash.
giving double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and salutes to the sincere elect out there. So yeah, man, the best scripture to open up with on the subject would be 2 Thessalonians.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
Yep,
and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
yep. Yeah, carry on.
Verse 4 says, "He opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most
Yeah,
High."
when it says let not, go back to that verse again. As a matter of fact, go to the top, Babu Kushar.
Verse 1 or verse 2?
Yeah, verse 1 and come again.
Yep. As it's named here, man of lawlessness.
Yep.
It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach,
Yep.
and by our gathering together unto him, says that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled."
Yeah. That's a warning. That's to warn and encourage at that time the congregation of Cyrenica, the Thessalonians, Cyrenica at that time, the time when the Romans was in power. It's going to go on to explain.
Or Thessalonica.
That's the word. That's how you say it. Thessalonica. Yeah.
So it says that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled,
Yeah.
neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as
Yeah,
from us.
because he was writing a letter to that congregation, right, in the time of the Romans. Apostle Paul speaking. Yeah.
It says here that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter,
Yep.
as from us, as that day of Hamashiach Yahushua is at hand.
Yeah, it's at hand. Yeah, man. The things that we'll be seeing, what we were talking about, the heat touching down on the earth over there in Scotland,
Yes.
over
Wales,
there,
the droughts.
the droughts, the droughts,
France.
all over in Greece, fires, France, Greece.
Yeah.
That's a sign. That's a sign in the Gospels that Yahushua's return.
Yeah, it's true.
Or you're going to see the presence of his return. And even you got countries with the latest one is Japan. They've just been hit with
The earthquake,
an
yes.
earthquake.
Another one.
Right, so nations rise up against nations, kingdom against kingdoms, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes, right? All these things we're seeing them taking place. Yeah,
If I may say, because even in Venezuela, when they had a big earthquake,
yeah,
they're still looking for people now, you know. They're still,
dead
the
bodies.
numbers of
Yeah,
still growing and growing.
That's true.
yeah. There's a news report saying that with that Venezuela earthquake, they believe that was Esau up to his old tricks,
Okay.
the harp,
Yeah,
weapon manipulation. That's coming out,
Yeah.
and that's just to name a few.
He's
Yeah.
being exposed.
He's being exposed. This man is going to go on to say, yeah,
So it says in verse 3, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
yeah,
and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
yeah. Things are coming out, man. Right, the apostasy, the great apostasy. This man's being revealed. As I say, that it was a letter, a warning for what was to come at that time, the time of the Romans. So carry on, Baba Kushal.
Verse 4, "He opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High,
Yeah,
or that is worshipped, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple of the
Yep.
Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High."
what comes to mind is the temple, what they got over there in Spain, Spain, his place of worship, the Catholic, the Vatican City over there, Rome, Spain. Yeah, so he puts himself in a high position. Right, that's one of the unclean frogs.
Yeah, the religious side.
Yep, that's the one of the which is the political unclean frog, because you got the political, you got the financial, which is the Bank of England over here, central London, the commercial side of it, the corrupt banking system in the Bank of England. Then over there in America, you got the Pentagon, which is in, I went into it a little bit yesterday, Arlington, Washington DC, or Arlington. So that's the Pentagon, which is their military.
That's the base.
The third of the three unclean frogs. Yeah, Pentagon that's their base. So this man exalted himself. Read that again, Baba Kusha. 4.
It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High.
Yep. There's no other nation. Well, I mean, we went into this not too long ago. There's no other nation, right, who has the audacity to exalt himself above God Himself.
Wow.
True.
What's that scripture that comes on? We don't got to get it at the moment. We might get it though. This man is Habakkuk chapters 2 and 4. The soul that is lifted up is not outright in him. He's in there. He's in everybody's country. Yeah, we may get that after. Let's see if we can finish this. Yeah.
So 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4 again, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yeah, he opposes himself, he exalted himself. Now there's a lot of things coming out now with, we believe it's Jacob's trouble. We're on the fringes, but we've really been in Jacob's trouble for the longest time. It's just a lot of things have been going under the radar with this Nolan Wells, because I've been watching some of the press conference. Nolan Wells, because you had others as well, right, with the Ben Crump press conference. Nolan Wells, right, which they're saying, deleted, was hanging around with some Edomites. And a lot of things are coming out that the Esau, or the so-called white supremacy, which are the white people today, right, the devil incarnate, have invested interest in protecting this or covering up this death. So you got Nolan Wells, Daniel Irvin, Taylor Smith, and they're saying it all happens around similar times.
Wow.
Even went into it, into the numbers, numerologies, the numbers. Around the time of April the 4th, July the 4th.
It's all July.
So it seems to be a lot of things seem to be coming together. But whether they get justice or not, we know there's a lot of radical things happening. Right? We know what the scriptures say about that. They hold themselves not guilty. Very similar, which they're touching on a lot of things, which is why we know we're definitely in Jacob's trouble. They're touching on a lot of things, like with the Trayvon Martin. They're bringing all this back up again. When they talk about Judah, he's a lion's whelp. Who shall rise him up? Judah is rising up, man. Anyway. So, let's jump down to, I believe it might be 8 or 9 in the same chapter.
So it says I'll start from 7, from 8. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked
That's right.
be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And he's being revealed. And from the time he's been revealed is who our teachers are, our elders and their elders, High Priest Rabbi Abba Bibbins, High Priest Ariah, King Marshall, I mentioned the High Priest Ariah, Yaquab, and he's the one that said we have to understand both the left-hand side and the right-hand side to understand how to be judges. Perfect judges, and throughout we went off anyway, innit? So we're suffering the consequences of going off. But it's true. But yeah, man.
Got a quick precept on that.
All right.
Because even the serpent was speaking some truth as well, which was Esau Edom. To know to be a judge, you got to know both sides, evil and good, to know what decision to make. So Genesis 3 and verse 5 it says, this is the serpent speaking. It says. Genesis 3 and 5, for the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, that your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. So of course that shows you right there, in order to actually be judges, to be the gods of this earth, we're supposed to know, the evil and the good. When you know the evil, you're aware of it. It doesn't mean that you're practicing it, because of course we're aware of the evils that Esau and Edom be doing in his in his kingdom right now, but also we're aware of the good, which is where we get the teachings from the apostles, man, in terms of how we should live our lives and how things ought to be.
Yeah.
So that's the balance right there.
So it wasn't totally. Oh yeah, he's a deceiver as the serpent, but there was some truth there.
You gotta know the truth
As
to
we know.
inform the lie.
Yeah, there was some truth there, and Eve was gullible, and Eve was, as we know today, she be drinking the juice, right? Why? Which is why the serpent went to the woman first. It's through her that we will die, and that's not no male chauvinist, talk. That's the scriptures. That's what the scriptures say. Is there more there?
No, that's just the point.
Yeah. So our eyes are open. Yes, we see what's going on in the scriptures, and there's a scripture to back that up. I believe it's Amos, isn't it? Tell you what. Let's carry on when we may get Amos after. Let's carry on where we were in 2 Thessalonians.
So 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan,
Yep.
with all power,
Satan means deceiver. Yep.
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Yep. And they're professional liars.
True.
And how did I come to that conclusion? Just by being around them. Right, in the Christian church, and even before the Christian church, just being around them, and the Most High put the Spirit on me to just listen, and they lie so much they even have to lie to cover up that lie, and to cover up that lie. What they call it, compulsory liars.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's them. That's the devil. Yeah.
Got a precept for that.
Come.
Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the room. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Right. The scripture don't tell us from the time they come out the vagina. Right? And I ain't trying to be vulgar, but it's just it's the scriptures again.
Yeah,
They come out speaking lies, man. Remember that little girl that was she was in the cot. It's an old one, this one. She was in the cot, and there was a whole lot of biscuits or cakes, and some was missing, and the mother asked her what happened to him, and she said it was repeat what she said.
It's been a long time ago. I'm trying to remember it, but she pretty much lied blatantly.
And she said he's a big black man.
You told me. I remember that one.
Yeah. Brothers was doing videos on it. It almost went viral, man. This is like this is what a couple years ago. She knew as a baby to point her finger at a big black man. Where did she learn that from?
That's a she man.
Let me tell you where she learned it from. She learned it from her mother.
True.
Sitting down watching television with her mother, and the mother's watching. The mothers be pointing things out to them, and they're sitting there quiet, taking it all in. That's where she learned it from.
Yeah.
So the stereotype goes, she's learned the stereotype, or about. Oh, don't forget the movie King Kong. What happened to King Kong? Anyway, that's a whole nother. But King Kong was seduced by Edomite.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
But what happened to him? He ended up falling off the Empire State Building. King Kong, and anytime you see monkeys in movies, what's the Planet of the Apes? You know what they're saying? They're referring to the so-called black man. Right. That's the stereotype they put on us. Which really, when you get into the science, even the science, or even just observation, they look more like apes. They behave more like apes than us. Now there's a scripture that comes to mind. Lord willing, there's some more there. Hold Job, Baba Kushar. Job 30, and there's some more there. We're gonna come back to that, and just read into a little bit of Job, because we're on the subject of this man's being revealed.
This is the book of Job 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Yep. Talking about the white, so-called white man. They're younger than us.
Yeah.
Right. We when you get into it, we're older than him as a people.
Yeah.
Right. Jacob and Esau. Right. And then you got Cain, who rose up and slayed his brother Abel. Right. But we're older than them, you know, more mature spiritually.
Yes.
You might say that, right? They that are younger than us. Yeah, go on. Spiritually.
It says,
And even sometimes, even though we came out second, we was the one that was given the blessing.
Yeah.
And that, for the most part, that according to the law, it ain't supposed to be like that. But because we was favored, and obviously that was the plan of the Most High's movie, Jacob, as I loved, Esau as I hated,
True.
right? We were classed as the firstborn. We were treated as the firstborn.
mm,
So yeah,
right.
just to clarify that scripture, carry on.
Whose fathers I would have disdained
Yeah.
to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah, we know why. Right? Some of us who I remember growing up in school, and they was passing this video around the days of tapes and cassettes. A group of Edomites were passing this video around. They were saying, "Have you seen this video? They've got animals, and you've got women lying down with animals, with dogs, bestiality."
Wow.
So that's what he's referring to there in so many words, because that's what they like. That's what they do be doing that. So it's no problem for them to lie down with animals, right? Even Barack Obama made a new law up,
Yes.
or put a loophole in the law that their soldiers, you can fact check this, can have lie down with sheep,
Bestiality.
which is bestiality. You can fact check that, but the law, one of the laws of Barack Obama. Anyway, and they call him he's not no black man. He goes back to the seed of Ham. His father's Kenyan, and he ain't no Jake, right? You can tell by, you know, when he tries to dance and you know, all that kind of stuff, by his spirit. Yeah.
Verse 2. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary,
Yeah.
fleeing into the wilderness.
Yeah. Oh, the Planet of the Apes, all these other new ones. I remember, I knew the one 1968, where
that's a
where
classic.
that with that who starred in it. What's his name? The one that's played Moses.
Charleston White?
Ch-
Or was Charleston Houston?
Charleston used. Pull it up,
Research
Baba
it,
Kushal.
research.
Let me. You know I don't like when I get the mental blocks.
Charlton Heston.
Is it Charlton
Charleston,
Heston?
yeah, that's the
Yeah?
one. That's the one.
Charlton Heston.
All right, we still got just
Just in case that might be wrong.
yeah. You know,
It sounds familiar,
them
but-
movies. I don't like getting the movies things wrong. I don't like, you know,
Right.
the mental blocks are period. Anyway, go on.
Go on. All right.
Charlton Heston
Yeah.
played in the.
In
He
Yeah.
played Moses.
All right, yeah,
And it's the same guy who played in the movie. What's the movie name?
Planet of the Apes.
King Kong.
No, Planet of the
Oh,
Apes.
all right.
Where you get
The
King
red-
Kong from? Planet of the Apes. Yeah.
Planet of
Yeah.
the Apes.
But yeah, you brought up King Kong. Yeah, King Kong, man. He was there. Anytime you see monkeys or apes in movies, and they got them, you know, they're portraying you so-called black people. That's how they really well and truly feel about you. That's why you're hearing about what they're doing with Nolan Wells and they're covering up. They're investing in that covering up because there's nothing to see here. That was the first when they were trying to do research. The Ben Crump, who was the what they call it, solicitor.
Yeah.
Was trying to do research into what happened. The first thing they came out and said, "There's nothing to see here. There's no, you know, it was of natural causes, something like that, something to that effect." So they just see us, even though he was brought up as an Edomite, and he was hanging around with like judges' sons, because apparently the person that have potentially perpetrated it were sons of very high people, so they have a high investment in hiding it.
Yep.
So they the first thing they said was like, no, keep it moving. You know, it's over in Mississippi where it took place. You know, there's nothing to see here, as they usually do when a ninja gets lynched, or a ninja gets run over by a car, or a ninja gets dragged down with a horse, and his body falls to pieces. You know, you got it in it.
Yeah, Charlton
That's
Heston.
him. That's him. Brothers know. Brothers knew. I just wanted to clarify it. Yeah.
The 1968
Read up
movie.
to around 7.
Okay. Verse 3. Again. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness.
Yep.
In the former time, desolate and waste.
Solitary because there was push up there, right in the Caucasus, Caucasus Mountains. We know that there was a time of the Renaissance when there was before the Renaissance when there was
So the caves.
when they came out around the 1400s, around the 1700s. But that's how they was living, like animals, juniper roots and all, hunting, getting their food via hunting in the old, savages. Yeah, read up to 8.
Yeah. Verse 4, who cut up mallows
Yeah,
by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men.
yeah,
They cried after them as after a thief.
yeah. They didn't have the language, the lingo, right? They're like animals. That's what we're talking about. Gorillas and bears and and monkeys. Monkeys don't speak the lingo.
The grunt.
Gorillas
some
don't
monkeys
speak the
actually
language. They're intelligent, but he's talking about here. Job didn't even want them around dogs.
No, because
They were solitary. He was keeping them away from the dogs
still
in case they do something unbefitting to the dogs. We spoke about that bestiality. Yeah.
True.
Carry on reading up to 8, Baba Kushal.
True. They were driven forth from among men.
Yeah.
They cried after them as after a thief.
Yeah. Oh, what happened? What do you do with a thief? You want to put him in jail and lock him up and keep him away from the rest of civilization,
Yes.
as they say, because he's a menace to society. So they say, "Yeah, Jakes, who are the real menaces of society? Who's the one that's going around the world, pillaging, killing, and destroying?" As a matter of fact, hold it as a scripture. Hold it on board. We're gonna finish this. Isaiah 24. From around 24 from around 3, but just hold it for now, Baba Kushal.
And that's why, if I may say, we need a righteous kingdom, because we lock them up, or because we have to set an example. Because what it is, a little leaven the whole lump.
Yeah.
So if you keep them around and let them go all the time, it's going to spread until everything becomes tarnished.
like a virus.
Like a virus. That's why we talk about cancer. We say when you have a cancer, what the apostle always say, you must cut it out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect the whole body.
Yeah.
So
All these things we knew.
We knew.
What you're saying, all these things we knew.
It's true, brother.
But you got Jake now, the ninjas now, they'll be drinking the juice. They'll be looking, the scriptures that just come to mind, Lord, when it comes out as well. Ezekiel 28. He's wiser than Daniel, which goes back to the Mosai, cleaned him up, wiped him down, raised him up as a man, as a human, right? Which really, to be human, you have to have color. So technically, scientifically, he ain't human. Scripturally, he ain't human.
You're right.
But anyway, yeah.
Verse 6 now, we go into 7.
Yeah.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles.
Yeah.
They were gathered together.
What verse are you in now?
Verse 7.
All right.
Go to
Yeah,
7.
read up to 8, yeah.
Okay. Verse 8 now. They were children of fools.
Yeah.
Yea, children of base men.
They were viler.
They were viler than the earth.
Yeah, there's some words there. The point really made, but we've got a little bit more. Let's look up the word fools. Yeah, look up the word fools. You could look up vile as well.
So Job 30 and verse 8.
Yeah, Job 30 verse 8.
Yeah.
So what's the word again? Violent.
Look, first of all,
you get viles, I get fools.
all right.
Alright, come. So,
Whoever gets their one first.
Okay.
Get into what he says about that in the blue letter.
Alright, so the root word for viler is nakar, which means to strike, scourge, smite. It says the Strong's definition is to smite, drive away.
All right. Vile. Yeah, that's what you do with something that is vile. You do want to put it away, innit?
Yes.
But obviously,
Sometimes
just
I
look up.
smite.
That's not what I'm looking for. Look, just go into the word.
Etymology.
See what it says in etymology.
Or normal definition.
Because we kind of know, but we're kind of going over it. For those that maybe they don't know. You got a lot of faithless Jakes, man. You got a lot of gullible, very, very gullible. I'm just watching, like I said, I was watching even with Ian Fauci or Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, Anthony.
Remember with that dude, right? He's in court, right? He's facing the Senate and he's pleading the fifth. Anthony Fauci, he was the one that was telling everybody you got to get the V, right? So the word fool. We look. This man's a fool. Anthony Fauci, who is a so-called professional. I don't like saying the word.
What, doctor?
But yeah, I don't like.
Physician.
For some reason, I don't like saying the word because anyway, it just means
Yeah.
It's another word for deceiver or when you a doctor to doctor up something.
Doctor of stuff, yeah.
So the word really would be the better word would be liar.
Yes.
But doctor, because when we say doctor, everybody knows what we're talking about. But this man's a liar. Dr. Fauci. Now he's in every now and then I'll be watching the news. He's in the Senate. Pleading the fifth against crimes against humanity. This man was getting. Yeah, how many people got the jab because of that?
Because of
that man.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah.
So, the etymology of the word vile, it says morally repugnant,
Right.
morally flawed.
That's why you gotta be careful, bro. When you go to this man for a jab, right? When you go to this man for any kind of how you say it, man?
A boxing uppercut.
Medicine.
A boxing uppercut.
Healing.
A box of chocolates, right? You know your goodies from the pharmacy.
Tablets.
This man is a fool. No, I mean, am I going off?
You're not.
That fool gave you. He prescribed you a box of chocolates.
You're right.
I'm being polite here.
It's true, you're right.
That fool prescribed you a box of chocolates. Nah, that's what the elder says. There's times when we have to go. You may want to go to him, but you use wisdom, bro. Use discretion. I learned this before a lot of people was doing it. I was starting to read the small print before the average person. I'm not the best reader, but I knew I would take my time and get into it and read that small print. And the conclusion I come to was, this man's trying to fold it.
Right.
And the elder said, this man is throwing the kitchen sink at us. Now, we got to be very careful. The last video that the one of the brothers put on the chat, Elder Canuck, is it?
Yeah, Elder Canuck.
Yeah. Which is very good with all the natural remedies like the tinctures, the teas. He said we knew, in a casual state we could be sitting down chilling. We knew we're gonna have some kind of beverage, a herbal beverage at our side. And I noticed in the spirit, it's all of the spirit. You saw. I got only for them beverages there, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just the spirit that I happen to just drink one of them a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes more than one a day.
Oh,
That
religion.
future video of what some of the things. I'm gonna start doing what Elder Apostle Baban do in my kitchen
Go on, might as well.
because there's a lot of information in your kitchen
Yeah.
that brothers may benefit from.
Of course.
If you share it.
Yeah.
And I tell you something, I do get edified by when Elder Apostle Gababi just showing us brief little things that he uses in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sisters benefit, brothers benefit. Future video, because you had me going, you mentioned tea to me, you got me going, bro. When I went into the kitchen, I said, I got that, I got this, I got this, I got that. Maybe I could start, slowly, in future, start getting into some of those. Just the basics could be very edifying to certain brothers.
Yes.
No, not could be, would be. The basics, just the green teas. Without fail, I drink a green tea minimum a day. Minimum. There's other things as well, but minimum green tea a day. Anyway.
Yeah, as Elder Canuck said, it's just to increase your apothecary.
Yeah.
And the definition, as it says, an apothecary, from the AI overview, an old-fashioned word for a person who makes and sells medicine. A pharmacist or the shop where those remedies are sold. So of course, really, that's the real medicine. The herbs that Yahweh Shimshai has created, to heal different things. As again, Elder Canuck said, sometimes for the kidneys or for certain ailments, or back pains, for the body.
Yeah.
If there's any hindrance or imbalance, there's a way to balance it with a certain herb or knowledge, as you were saying.
Yeah. Just by doing sometimes it's just a basic thing that you just do. Just a basic thing, but make it regular, make it part of your routine.
Yeah.
Like I say, I got sometimes you just want to keep things very simple because as he said, all these terminologies, the scientific mean that people get turned off and they get discouraged by that.
Okay.
Just a basic thing that you can take as far as drink and eat that will bring your body back. The bitters bring your body to a certain level. Because really, we don't want to be muscle men. nothing wrong with being a muscle man, but what you call it?
Practical
there's-
strength.
Yeah, these men, what do you call it? They're in the composite bodybuilders. It's not about being a bodybuilder, but if you're if you got a bit of muscle, that's all right.
Yeah.
We're not against it, but it's just about keeping your body. And he was talking about the walks.
Oh, that's a spirit.
I remember that, yeah.
I just want to say that, because
Yeah.
a very important part of it too is taking the herbs,
Yeah.
with the basics, the drink,
Yeah.
and you keep on moving. When I say keep on
True.
moving, take your walks. Because
Yeah.
when you walk, you sweat,
Yeah.
and you expel all these
Yeah,
toxins out of your
Toxins
body.
in your body.
You see,
Yeah.
when you urinate, you dispel all these toxins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to have these things too, and you just keep on moving.
Yeah.
Have a little walks. I just say you don't have to be no big bodybuilder. Going and
Yeah.
just take a little walk, a little
Yeah.
breather.
If you got good genes, and you're doing your little weights, you're gonna get muscles. We're not against that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because, yeah.
No, go on.
Now, all I was going to say is because that's just called resistance training.
Yeah.
Those who, of course, maximize that, go into the bodybuilding. Another advantage is also when you exercise, let's say you've eaten, the sugar actually goes to the muscle. So
Wow.
instead of your insulin actually taking care of it, which is the natural response to put away the sugar,
Yes.
it could be stored as fat.
Stored as
Yeah.
But when you exercise, it also goes to the muscle as well.
Yeah.
So when you move, even when you move as well, see it as circulation.
Yeah.
As you're breathing, let's say you
Beautiful.
just drank a certain herbal drink, that's going to circulate through your body.
Yeah.
Lovely, brother.
Through the blood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
through the blood.
gets the blood pumping.
Yeah.
So the heart, muscles are important. But if the heart stops, the muscles are useless. The biggest heart, the biggest muscle to keep the body circulating and keep the muscles circulating would be to work on the heart. Because there's back in the day, I knew some big guys and they couldn't run around the block, man. They had a concave chest because too much muscle on the body, too much muscle on the rib cage, on the structure, too much muscle. So therefore, the cage wasn't opened up. I knew all these things. I kind of grew up knowing, personal trainers. Personal trainers could tell you about all that types of stuff. But to work on the heart, and expand the rib cage, and then you got the framework to put a little bit of excess, maybe muscle on. But the main thing you should target first before you do anything else really is the heart, to keep the blood circulating. And Bruce Lee knew that. Bruce Lee he had a nice physique. He wasn't muscular. He wasn't skinny, but then again he wasn't overly muscly either. But he was strong. Another video. But he used weights, but he used isometrics when you get into that. And he was physically strong. We know what he was doing when it came to real combat, getting into the real combat. People tried to test him in a lot of these movies. They pull him aside, and you can do research on this. What they call it in what does it call it when like they're doing a video and then you got behind the scenes. How many people tried to challenge him behind the scenes? Sometimes he would just be modest. There's times when he'd take up the challenge and just deal with them. And these were big guys that looked at him as he was nothing. But he had the priority. He had his priorities right as far as looking after the body, physique. And he introduced. We're talking a little bit about the health again, but it is what it is, the spirit. He was the one that introduced what they call today when you blend up stuff. Smoothies. Right, and people talk about all this creatine and all of that and yamming up the beef. He was one of the trailblazers for all of that, but he was ahead of his time. Right? For a future video anyway, let's get back on point. You can get into some more of that. We're into the herbs, but we're also into our other things too, like the fitness side of it and how to maintain, because none of us are getting any younger, how to maintain somewhat reasonably keeping our body in tip-top condition.
It's possible.
But now I just said that, let me always remember and remind brothers, we are going to get new bodies. We ain't going. I don't care for being like no Bruce Lee now. But the new bodies that we're going to get, Bruce Lee ain't going to have nothing on us. But back to the point though. Look after the body, man.
True.
Start with the basics, and Lord willing, improve and grow from strength to strength.
Alright,
We were talking about the certain words, yeah.
Yeah, so the root word, the etymology for vile is morally, of course, referring to Esau, Edom, morally repugnant, morally flawed, corrupt,
Oh, thank you.
wicked,
Thank
of no value,
Yeah.
of inferior quality.
Look at this. I'm looking at him now, bro. Let me get a look at this guy. Let me show the brothers there. Because I'm a visual person. And look at this nigga. I looked at this nigga. I said, get out of here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can do it.
Sure.
Yeah, do other. That's Anthony Fauci, the professional that got potentially he got my grandmother. You know, certain people that I know, potentially he put them in a grave. This ninja. You think I'm gonna let him get off the hook? Now he's sitting there with his proud ass.
And he was asking him questions, and you won't give him the answer.
And he's pleading the fifth.
Go on.
This man's guilty as hell. Again, right, with all this Nolan Wells and all of that, right, we know that they hold themselves not guilty. We're going to get justice because they're not considering all the angels that are keeping watch everywhere.
Watching.
Right, all this Nolan Wells, nobody saw nothing. The angels saw and who didn't see. Right? Over there. That's what I was thinking because the other day I was sitting down. You know, sometimes you need a little break. That's my outlet, by the way. I was sitting down and just having no noise, nothing. And I was just looking up. I said, the angels there, look at that.
Yeah.
Boy, they're either coming from judgment or going to judgment. And they be beaming up, Ark. And sometimes I'll be saying, fuck, you know. It's not, we still feel the same.
True, man.
Even when we first came, we was excited. The excitement's still there. We just deal with it
Differently. But it's the excitement still there.
You know, like without just always doing videos. And remember, I was doing videos and all 24/7 when I first come in.
Yeah.
But we may have moved on and changed or whatever, not so excited, but they feel the same when they see us.
Wow.
They feel happy to, the scriptures to back that up. They're happy to see us still trying. And and that's sometimes you might think to yourself, oh, I saw it there. It didn't need to make itself known to me.
Yeah.
I know why it made itself known
That's
to me.
heavy.
I know why I know why. I'm going to say it now in the spirit. I know why you angels made yourself known to me. Keep going, you're saying. We know where you are. And I'm talking for myself, but I'm talking to other Akim as well.
Yeah.
You think you're just seeing an, oh, it's an angel. No, it's a chariot. It's a UFO. It's an angel. It's your big brother. Anyway, that's the point.
Well, technically,
Go on.
Yaratazar, we are the elect men.
Yeah.
We're actually bigger brothers to them.
Yeah. Oh, we spoke about that too.
The first fruits.
Yeah.
First spirits.
Yeah, we spoke about that. They're impressed with our conduct.
Of course, yeah, you're right.
With what we're doing.
You're right.
They're impressed with us.
Yeah.
Come on.
But the feeling's mutual. I'm impressed with them right now because we're just worms at the moment. But it's it's a nice thought that they're impressed with us. It's a beautiful, encouraging thought. Anyway, someone was bringing out some words.
Alright, so Val.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go your one.
The one fool.
Yeah. Yeah, because this word we be throwing this word around like these words have meanings, man.
Yeah.
You know, the man you go into your to ask, and he's got all these scientific words, and you're scratching your head, right? The man, you don't know what the man is, a damn fool. A lot of them, the Edomites, according to the scriptures, that doesn't mean you take sense from. You can pick sense from nonsense just to bring. Put some clarity on understanding,
True.
But you got to pick sense from nonsense. Now, the question that I ask is, what interest do you have in keeping me going? That's why they was giving us that Lucy Juicy 2019. That wasn't the first time. Yeah. I remember a long time ago. We're gonna go and get the vaccination, and I was telling my parents about the spirit of the Lord. But anyway, people are gullible. People don't know that they're dealing with this man is a man of sin. They don't know they're dealing with a man of sin.
Yeah.
That has got a whole heap of skeletons in his closet. Anyway, go on.
So it says for vile, Esau being vile than the earth, physically repulsive, through filth or corruption, disgusting, foul, ugly, degrading, humiliating, of low estate.
Right, we got
that's the point.
We got the point. Fool, Baba Kushai.
Right. So, it says,
we might come back to this and end on this, because if there's anything that brothers don't remember about this devil, we want them to remember this about this devil. Yes, he's wiser than Daniel and all of that, right? Yeah, he can make himself appear to be, he's a shapeshifter. But when it comes down to the nuts and bolts about this man, Job said it. Job knows because Job was around them. Yep.
Right. Job 13:8. They were children of fools. Yea, the children of base of men. So we go to the word fools.
Yeah.
Right?
After the
And it says, H5036. We go into that now.
Yep.
It just says, outline biblical usage. It says foolish, senseless,
Yeah.
fools. Yeah? Senseless.
Yeah.
Right? Fool. And it says, even the vile person, foolish man, foolish women.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. That's them.
That's them.
So yeah, I was walking down the other road the other day. Some things you just noticed. The man just got his finger out and started picking his nose, bro. He was digging out his nose and eating it.
Wow.
Brother, just kidding.
All right.
I had to get that one off my chest, bro. Why did they do that, bro?
All right. So give me a summary of medical apartheid.
No, hold on. This is the book Medical Apartheid. I was watching a brother's video. Sometimes he just fall on videos and it's the spirit of the
You
Lord.
watch it.
Right. The book's called Medical Apartheid. I'm considering whether I should order it. Right. The dark history of medical experiments of black Americans from colonial times to the present. This book, it looks interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I asked Chat.
Okay.
Yeah, you go and read what Chat said, right? Read from about there. I asked Chat earlier just to get a little summary of the book.
Yeah. So it says medical
Read,
apartheid.
read like the elder said. Read with some chest, bring it from the chest arc.
The post record. So it says medical apartheid.
Yeah.
The dark history.
This is the summary of the book, yeah?
Medical apartheid, the dark history of medical experimentation
Yep.
on black Americans from colonial times to the present. It's a non-fiction book by
To
Harriet.
the present. So it's still happening. They're just a bit more covert with it.
Yeah.
Right, go on, Baba Kusha.
It's a non-fiction book by Harriet A. Washington, first published in 2007. It covers unethical research from experiments on enslaved people
Yep.
to Tuskegee
Yeah,
syphilis.
I remember hearing about that, and I was wowed, man. Was it Tuskegee was at the 70s, isn't it? Where they just had random, your next door neighbor Jake,
Right. Yeah.
call him in. We want to just give you an experiment on this, right, and see what the results could be. They was injecting them with the syphilis.
Tuskegee,
Yeah, I think it was a form of one of those syphilises or something like that.
Virus or something.
A virus, it was a syphilis. I tell you what,
What's a syphilis?
Tuskegee, in the time of, you can ask Chat. Let me ask Chat. Let me ask Chat.
Go ahead if you want to talk through.
Hello, Chat.
Hello, welcome back.
Yeah,
How's your day going?
fine. I just want to ask a question about the Tuskegee experiment. What was they injecting the civilians with at that time?
Checking that out. They were not injected with syphilis as part of the study. Most already had it. And the unethical part was that they were misled about treatment, and effective medicine was intentionally withheld. So there was no secret injections, just failure to treat.
That's how you know.
All right, thank you, Chat. They wasn't injecting syphilis. Ask on Google.
Esau's
I don't-
covering up.
I don't know about that one, Chat.
Chat is
Thank you. You was listening because he said they wasn't injecting me.
Yeah.
This nigga was listening.
demon means intelligent. Like
This nigga was listening. Because sometimes the elders Apostle Gababia and Tahabi asking them questions, they say, nah, that
It's
ain't
wrong. It's wrong.
Sometimes they,
You know, he says, let me think about that. He's thinking how to get out of it, you know?
It's reason.
but we ain't finished what we was reading about the book, right? The black the book we was reading. We can go back to that. But sometimes they're on point. They are on point.
Yeah. It's just some things they just try to hide. So it says here, it's a lot here. It's Tuskegee syphilis study.
44. That's the spirit. I looked at it and
I don't
44.
know. That's
Right
wrong.
there. Go on.
That's beautiful.
So it said the Tuskegee syphilis. This is ChatGPT, but online.
Yeah.
Not the app. So the Tuskegee syphilis study was an unethical U.S. government.
Ain't that telling you what it is? Tuskegee syphilis experiment. Ain't
Yeah.
that telling you what it
Literally
was?
says a study.
True.
Yeah.
And it says syphilis.
Yeah. It says the Tuskegee syphilis study was an unethical U.S. government-funded medical study in which hundreds of black men with syphilis were deliberately
See?
left untreated.
Deliberately.
So researchers could observe the natural course of the disease. Is widely regarded as one of the most serious violations of medical ethics
See?
in U.S. history.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the box. I don't claim to be. But if you ask me, ain't that a bit of a play on words there?
Yeah, it's ChatGPT as well.
Ain't that a play on words? Am I wrong here? Ain't
Yeah,
they
yeah.
playing with words there? Because they're basically saying that it's a Tuskegee syphilis experiment, but they're saying if it's a syphilis experiment, are they saying they had it already? They had syphilis already? What is it? Did they inject it with them?
How did they do it? You know, kind of like Dad would.
Why did they all have? Basically, it's a play on words. They're trying to say that everybody that was in the experiment already had it. But we know, I used to be able to know this, that they was experimenting with them by injecting syphilis in them. That was in the 70s. Now they're playing with the words here. Am I reading it wrong? Am I reaching? Am I reaching here? Let's see if we find another website, because I think they're playing with the words a bit here. Because this man of sin is being revealed. He's trying to cover his tracks. Right? If they can't plead the fifth, right, which like Anthony Fauci doing in front of the world, if you're not guilty, open your damn mouth and talk, man. You're pleading the fifth in front of everybody, man. I don't care what you say. That's a sign of guilt right there.
He's gonna lie to his grave.
Because that's what they advise you. The judges and the barristers advise you. Not if you don't want to incriminate yourself, plead the fifth. So he's been advised to do that. But he's guilty because there's nothing he can do.
Pretty much gave it to them.
What's it saying?
Yeah, because it's the same thing with Wikipedia as well.
Yeah.
It says the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in a Negro male, informally referred to as the Tuskegee
They're
experiment.
playing with the words now.
Yeah.
We know. I knew that they was giving it to them. It's documented. If you find the right site, which probably Jake is pushing it out.
His own
Jake,
article.
or obviously you got the YouTube now. You got TikTok. Jake be telling you, giving you the plain skinny. They injected them with syphilis to see how they would respond. We knew that. Now they're playing because it's who owns Google now. I know it was
The Elamite.
Susan Fauci.
It's about YouTube.
Well, she used to be the CEO.
Yeah.
Susan something, not
Wojcinski.
Susan Wojcinski. Yeah. She was the one that owned YouTube. They're all playing with the words that they're misleading people. Playing with words, and so that they can say, "Oh, we never gave it to them. They already had it." Because that's how they look at Jake again. Have you got one? A good one? That's telling us the straight skinny?
Yeah, this one is from McGill.
Yeah.
McGill.ca.
And we're going to get back to the scriptures, Baba Kusha.
I believe it's a Canadian article.
Yeah.
But it says that 40 years of human experimentation in America, the Tuskegee study. The goal was to observe the natural history of untreated syphilis in the black population, but the subjects were completely unaware and were instead told they were receiving treatment for bad blood, when in fact they received no treatment at all.
Yeah. So another thing too, this is not medical advice. I want to just say this in the spirit. I was visiting one of my old homies, and his mother was having some issues, right? And she asked me a question. Why every time I go there to this place here, Benjamin, they might take blood. Wait a minute, they might take blood. She said, me feel weak, because that's one thing.
It's true.
Taking someone's blood, you're going to weaken them anyway. But in order to assess whether somebody is got something, you do have to screen blood. And I know that's clear. But when you examine things, they do it all the time. And I went through that stage myself. All the time to find out what you don't know, man. You don't need that much blood.
Yeah.
You don't need that much blood.
Yeah.
I come to that conclusion. No, you don't need that much blood. You can screen. There's other alternatives as well.
Yeah.
Right. It depends, but there's other alternatives. So, what do we know? What the scriptures say about them? Because you love blood so much, they love blood, and you can get blood. You don't always have to delete people to get blood. and that's symbolic as well. But there's other things too. Trafficking,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
oh, yeah.
take place. Trafficking, not and organs, and there's other forms of trafficking too. Oh, one more thing, I must mention this, and then we're gonna start winding down. But Lord willing, we may have to do a part 2 because there's a whole heap of scriptures.
Can I say something in the spirit now?
What?
We talk about they're vile men, yeah?
Yeah.
And you talk about blood. And you know the bottle that they take the sample, it's called a vial.
Yeah.
It's called a vial too. Look at it.
Oh, because it sounds similar to violence.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Wow,
saying to you.
yeah.
I can read it here. It says
It's a
vial.
spirit, it's a
A
spirit.
vial is a blood and a small vacuum sealed glass or plastic tube used to medicine to collect and to hold preserve a blood sample. You see, so it's near to that word vial
Yeah.
and vial. And we talk about blood, as you said in the spirit.
Yeah,
That's heavy, man.
Yeah,
That's heavy.
because they're vile,
Yeah.
and that's what I use the vile.
The vial. That's heavy.
But anyway, they love blood.
They love it.
That we do know.
Yeah.
The question, why did they do it? One thing we do know is that they love blood and they
Yeah.
do anything to get it. One more thing as well before we bring out. There's this thing called taking out Jake's organs, reproductive organs. A lot of women, they have their own personal testimonies. If I could do a survey, which I've done a spiritual survey, and we're going to be all these things. We're going to get to the bottom of this because this man of sin is going to be revealed. A lot of women, they come out of hospital. They're going for one thing, it might be just to give birth, and the next thing they know, they've
Lost the
they've done that too. They've done an operation to remove their reproduction organs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see?
I looked into that too, and yes, and I know who they give it to, the Edomite women, because as we know, Jake is fertile.
Yes.
You know, Jake, and that's all the tribes. We're all fertile, more than them, and the Edomite women are infertile. Now I know there's Jakes among, the so-called the Jakes that look like Edomites,
Yeah.
but they're giving it to the ones that are not fruitful. So that's another experiment that some know, most people, a lot of people don't know. The other thing as well, one more thing too, the elder, he brought it out, Elder Canuck, he brought it out. They don't need to give us what they call it, season sections.
Oh,
C-sections.
C-sections.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the natural, obviously we know this.
Yeah.
It's just we just know this from the scriptures. The natural way is always the best way.
The best way, yeah.
And you can get into the scientific side of it, but we know the natural way is always the best way. And the reason there's a whole heap of money behind that too.
True.
That goes down as an operation when you do
yeah,
the C-section.
Yeah, money.
Yeah, and it goes up into the thousands, the things that they do. So that's why, let's get back to, we're bringing out some facts here, because I deal with facts. I like to bring out receipts before I mention something. Let's get back to the book, Baba Kushar.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna bulldozer them over, machine gun fire them with some scriptures and wrap it up.
Yeah.
And this is to you Edomites, or you insincere Jakes. Machine gun fire, oh no.
You're right.
So,
Rapid.
the summary of medical apartheid, the dark history of medical experimentation on black Americans from colonial time to the present.
You're gonna make it lighter, Baba Kushar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a non-fiction
Yeah,
book.
that key word from the past to the present, isn't it?
Yeah, colonial times
Yeah.
to the present. It says it's a non-fiction book by Harriet A. Washington, first published in 2007. It covers unethical research from the experiments on enslaved people to the Tuskegee syphilis
Yeah.
study and how that history shapes mistrust
Yep.
in the healthcare today.
Yep.
Now it also says here,
And we're right to be, if we're going on history, even they're talking about this now with Mississippi, where Nolan Wells was deleted.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go on history, don't gaslight the people and tell them that not to go on history. That's what one of the a professional person said. He actually was a lawyer. He said, if you're gonna say not to go on history, or go on mistrust, that's gaslighting the people.
yeah.
Because we have to go on. What else are we gonna go? We're gonna go on the facts, the history. We go on the history, how a person's been treated. If someone was abused in a household, a young child was abused in the household, and he came out, right? And he came out, and the parent declared, "I will no longer do that," and the child came up to us and said, I was abused, I was beaten excessively, we're going to have to go on the history of that person. We're going to have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's true.
That's gaslighting.
Yeah, that's when Salaki. That's when you make someone else doubts their own conviction.
Yeah.
You know.
You want to get into that word too, or that's all right?
That's really
Yeah, everybody knows gaslighting is when you try and
make someone doubt themselves.
Yeah, doubt themselves, and make them believe that they're going crazy.
True.
When they're talking, they're going on facts.
Yeah.
Now I would never believe you. That's how people get abused. The abuser says to the child, and I know because I was in the damn Kingdom Hall, Jehovah's Witnesses. How they get away with by doing it is that abuse and the Catholic Church.
Yep.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
The parents would never believe you. Don't talk about it. Keep quiet.
Yeah.
Your teacher would never believe you. The police would never believe you.
So you start to believe now that,
And they keep quiet and they get suffer in silence.
Yeah.
Very wicked, very wicked. We're gonna get them type of people. Right? My experience growing up with people like that, they're all marked, bro.
They are.
Anyway, let's get back. I'm talking about my experience of in the journey that we come, as a people collectively, but also individually. Yeah, go on.
So it says the central argument is that there's a long pattern of exploitation and unethical treatment of black Americans in medicine from slavery through the 20th century and into modern times. It discusses cases at the Tuskegee syphilis study, experiments on enslaved people and other abuses, and shows how these events still influence mistrust in health
Thank
systems.
you. You're in your right mind. If you mistrust people or particular people, aka certain people, professional people, because I was around a lot of so-called professional people.
So-called, right.
So-called,
Yeah, I like that.
In the Catholic Church, and our brothers, our family was around so-called professional people that turn out to be gaslighting a lot of people.
Manipulation.
Or doctoring up something. I don't like that word, but lying, doctoring up people, or gaslighting people. That's how they get away with it, because it's what you call fronting, using that position as a front to cover up your malicious wickedness, your position.
Manipulation.
Them people there, the Most High got them. Most High watching them, aka those people over there in Mississippi and others as well. Most I got them, the marks. one more scripture, Papa Kushra. No, there's a couple more scriptures. Now you bring out Psalms 137.
Yeah.
And
What do you want to get for you?
get Revelation 18, 5 and 6, and you can start wrapping up. Point done made. This devil is being revealed. There's a whole heap of more scriptures about this devil. The Most High made sure he put their what do you call it, with someone's criminal record?
That's what it's called, isn't it?
There's a criminal record, but there's
another word.
There's another word. Their background check.
Yeah,
The background check. If you want to find out about the devil, the background check is here. Now another scripture has come to mind, Baba Kushar. Before we get them scriptures, talking about background check, let's get this. Spirit of the Lord, bro. Genesis, you can read it. Genesis chapters 4. A person is known by his actions, by his history, right? By his background, by his criminal record. Who's got the highest, the long? Anyway, you got that. You're gonna bring that.
Yeah.
Back. Genesis 4. Read 23.
This is Genesis 4 and 23.
I tell you what. Get so that brothers know. Just hit read 8, and then we're going to read a couple of verses, and then we're going to jump down to 23, so that brothers see where we're coming from.
Genesis 4 and verse 8.
Yeah.
And Cain talked with Abel, his
Yeah.
brother. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Right. So we know that Cain is the progenitor of Esau. Right. That's his seed. So when you jump down and read a bit more, let's read going into it just a little bit. Read 13, because Cain gets his sentence. Yeah. In this, he's getting his sentence now.
So Genesis 4 and 13.
Yeah.
And Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive
Yeah.
and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me.
Right. So the Most High got him as a fugitive, and he went in hiding. Read 15 and then jump down to 18.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain,
Yeah.
vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
Yeah. Read 17 as well.
Yep. And the Lord Yahweh said, set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
Yeah.
And Cain went out. Oh, it says 17.
Read up to 19. Read up to 19.
And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
Yep.
And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son. Enoch.
Yep.
It says, and unto Enoch was born Arad, and Arad begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech.
Yep.
And Lamech took unto him 2 wives, and the name of the one was Adar, and the name of the other Zillah.
Right. So brother, see where we're going with that now. Now jump down to 23.
Yep. Verse 23. It says, and Lamech said unto his wives, Adar and Zillah, hear my voice, and ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man.
Like father, like son.
Oh boy.
Right, he's from the seed of Cain. What is he saying? And he's saying it. If you notice, it's how he's saying it too.
Yeah.
Go on. It's not just what you do. Sometimes it's it's what you do or how you do it. That's what they're talking about now with this Nolan Wells and these others that have been deleted.
Yeah.
Right, they're gonna, and which we know that justice is reserved for Yahweh. Why Yahweh shine?
Yeah.
The anger burneth in his heart. He see everything. Yep.
Yeah. It says
So, because a man can die, right? I can just go like that to you. But I'll stop mucking about, and you bang your head there,
Yeah.
and you know you go back to the spirit world, right? But that's not malicious. You see, but you see what's going on here? This man is malicious,
Yeah.
right? One of the seed of Cain. What's his name again?
Lamech.
Right, Dwada.
So ye wives of Lamech,
Oh, and it's premeditated. That's what it is.
Right.
See.
Yep.
to slay another person.
That's the seed of Cain.
Yeah.
This man of sin is being revealed.
Yeah.
Why is it everywhere you go, countries get blown up, right? People go missing, children get abused. I'm using nice, being kind. Everywhere this man go, this man is as deaf. Habakkuk chapter. We can hit some of them scriptures after this. Let's finish it, Baba Kushal. You got some?
Yeah.
If you got a precept, bring it out. If you're going to add to it, by all means, bring it out, Baba Kushal.
Yeah. So it says Genesis 4 and verse 23. It says, and Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech.
Yep.
For I have slain a
Tell
man.
his wives, just imagine the man I sit down. Yeah, ain't nothing to them to delete somebody, and he's telling his wife, cool and calm and collected.
Yeah. Nothing.
Look what I did, man. I'm just like my father, my seed. That's what he's saying. Go on.
Right. So it says, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech.
Yeah.
For I have slain a man to my wounding,
Yeah.
and a young man to my hurts. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold,
See,
truly Lamech 70.
that's
and
what
seven-
that's what these
sevenfold.
children over there in Mississippi now, the sons and daughters of the judge, and the sons and daughters of Cain. That's when they delete a ninja, right? Which we know he's a saint. Even though he's a ninja, he's a saint. He is a saint because the brothers brought that out. Even though he's a ninja, he is classed as a saint. Right now, he's in the front of Yehoshua, pleading for justice, just like Cain. His blood is crying out.
Yeah.
So just because they're ninjas, as you said, they're sick. They're sick. They're spiritually sick. But when they go back in there and they, in front of the judge, they get their right mind back. The judge, Yehoshua, they're in their right mind, and the saints are pleading. He's pleading. Will you let that dirty little, nasty little Edomite, however it played out, little dirty little something, come lick me in the head? I'm just.
Yeah.
That's the evidence gonna come out. I don't know the evidence. It's gonna come out. But that's how that's what he's saying in so many words now. Yeah, this dirty little Anyway, I'm in a bad mood today. You can tell. Go on. All right, go on.
So Genesis 4 and verse 20, I'll read 24 again. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold,
Yep.
truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
Yeah. So there you go. Let the precept talk. That's what he's saying.
Yep. Lamech, seed of Cain.
They can't touch me. Look, because they couldn't touch my ancestor, so they can't touch me. So it ain't no thing for me to just do that. Yeah. So someone hit
Psalms 1.
Psalms. Wow. Yeah. Let's hit that. And then we could end with unless brother's got anything else. Then we could hit Habakkuk chapters 2 and 5, Baba Kusha.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hit that one.
The whole chapter.
What? Now
Psalm.
Psalm, just go to 7, because this is prophecy gonna come to pass. Psalms 137 and 7.
Yeah, Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, you said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof.
This is the Edomites was gloating, the time of Jerusalem when it was destroyed in 586, right? When the first temple was destroyed, the Edomites have always been there up to this very day.
Yeah.
As when you look in, that book we looked at,
It was medical apartheid.
yeah, past and present. They're there gloating. You know what I mean? If you're sick and you're just about to go, they're there in some way, shape or form gloating. Collectively and individually. Right? They was laughing. Now, read that again. And
It
then
says,
read up to 9, Baba Gusha.
Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, you said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yep.
O daughter of Babylon,
Yeah.
who art to be destroyed, happy
Yep.
shall he
That's
be.
how they feel. You ought to be destroyed. You beneath us people. Right? And again in 70 AD, when the Romans besieged Jerusalem, they destroyed the second temple and burnt down the city. The Eves was there. Again, gloating. Yep.
So it says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Right? Self-explanatory. So what goes around comes around, and the scriptures don't tell us there. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth the little ones against the stone. That's what the scriptures say. So what they think they're doing, and it's going hidden, it's going under the radar. The angels is all took videos, pictures, their background check, their background is all there, waiting. Right? That's one more. Yeah, I asked you to hold Revelation, innit? Revelation 18.
I thought you wanted to drop that and get this something. Okay.
Oh, you can get that too. Get that.
Okay.
Yeah, get that too.
Okay.
And you can get Revelation 18 and 5. We could end with that unless brother's got anything else. Yeah, you can get that, brother.
Okay, Habakkuk 2 and 2.
Yeah.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision
Yeah.
and make it plain upon tables, that they may run that readeth it.
Yeah.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the end it shall speak.
Yeah, jump down to 5.
Jump to 5, yeah? Okay. Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine,
Yep.
he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied,
Right.
but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, that's all, man. That's all we want there. He's as deaf. He can't be satisfied. Things that stuck out with me there. He's as deaf. Can't be satisfied. Is another word for that is insatiable. He always wants more. Never satisfied. He's got everything. We wouldn't mind having it. We what they've got, and we'd be content. You know, you got a little something, a little roof over your head now. You might have, one
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
But whatever, Jake is more, as we know, he's a plain man.
Yeah.
Jake is a plain man. But it doesn't matter what this man have, as the scriptures say,
Yeah.
he's insatiable. He's never satisfied. That's why he's in all these other countries with his embassies there
Right.
and military bases there. We can get, Lord willing, we can get into some future video on what they're doing there right now. Trump retaliated with the strike on Iran, because Iran had a surprise attack on the US, like with their bases, and we got facts to bring out as well on the bases that been hit, the helicopters, the stealth bomber planes. Some facts we can get into on that they're not doing as well. Trump is not doing as well as he likes
As
to
he likes to.
portray.
Yeah.
He said only 2 people were deleted recently, 2 soldiers and about 5 civilians were injured. Boy, they're taking a bashing. US is taking a bashing. Like, future video to get into, but once again, this man's being revealed as who he is, a liar.
So what verse in 18?
Revelation 18, 5, around 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And then if brother's got anything else, we're gonna close on that.
Revelation 18 and 5, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded ye, and double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she hath filled,
That's right.
fill to her double."
Scripture said it, bro.
Babylon.
That's what you call a background check. And you haven't gone under the radar. You ain't escaped judgment, because they're not spiritual. They think if I do this, I've got away clean. But the angels are watching. Everything's recorded. So they're not spiritual. Was there any more there?
It says-
Ruled her double. Did you read 6?
Yeah, I'll read it again.
All right.
Revelation 18 and 6, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double."
Yeah. That's it, man. They're gonna get double. You want to say anything on that?
Yeah, as Jeremiah 51 verse 25, I might as well get. Babylon the Great will become a burnt mountain, which means, of course, that's referring to those nuclear missiles. Joel 2. That's going to strike Babylon. That's the ultimate punishment. They're going to get that punishment. So that's really it. Those. I'll read it. Hold on. So Jeremiah 51 and verse 50. Verse 25. So Jeremiah 51 and verse 25. It says here, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain," because America the Great, of course, going to these other nations to try and get their resources. The case with Venezuela as well, and their oil, and the Iran, the US-Israel conflict currently going on.
Yeah.
And all those resources, they're trying to destroy these other nations, to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yeah.
As the scriptures say, "Saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyest all the earth, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks. I will make thee a burnt mountain." A mountain represents rulership. So
Yeah.
of course, that means the Most High is going to make a major humbling to America.
Right.
So that's really it, linking to Revelation 18 and verse 5 to 6. You're going to drink of those dregs from the cup.
Yeah. Bring out what you got.
Yeah, this is why we deal with prophecy. We are dreamers. That's what we talk about. It's prophecy.
Yeah.
Here's another one again. Job 20 and 23. "When he is about to fill his belly, the Lord our power shall cast a fury on his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of the steel shall strike him through." Right?
Yeah, that's his new order, man. It's when he thinks he's getting ready, you get the napkin out, everything, the table set, and get the spoon, put it in his mouth. Read that again, Brother Kashan.
He shall flee
Yeah.
from the iron weapon.
The top one.
The top one.
Yeah.
Salakia. Job 20 and 23.
Yeah.
When he is about to fill his belly,
Yeah.
right? Because they think in their mind they're going to reach to a pinnacle, a point,
Yeah.
right? But there's the scriptures they cannot go past their bounds.
Yeah. He's the point of the bounds that they
They
cannot
cannot
pass.
Yeah.
That's Job 12.
Yeah. So when he is about to fill his belly, the Lord our power shall cast a fury
Find that scripture, Brother Kashan.
of his wrath upon him,
Point of the bounds that they cannot pass.
and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, that's it, man. The precept for that is what we're gonna get now. I believe it could be Job 14 or is it Job 12? He's appointed the bounds.
Right,
that-
yeah,
let him
Oh, he's
go.
getting
I'm getting it. Job 14 and 5.
Yeah.
It says, "Seeing his days are determined,
Right.
the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass."
Oh, another scripture that just we're gonna end with this one. I asked for it earlier. Isaiah 24. Yeah, Isaiah 24. Let me see if I'm right about that. Was you holding it? I asked someone to hold it,
Let
innit?
me look for
Isaiah 24, let me see. I'm going to let it break itself down, yeah? Isaiah 24, and I think is it 4? Yeah. Yeah, read 4
5, innit?
and read up to 6.
Isaiah 24, verse 4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the earth languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth
Yeah.
do languish.
Yeah, that's these people, right? The devil incarnate, yeah, the haughty people, and those that are wondering with admiration after them, who are drinking the Babylon juice. That's the haughty people, yeah.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yeah, it's defiled, right? The food defiled, so they're throwing the kitchen sink by us. That's why, you know, we're encouraged to do what we need to do. We got to start somewhere, right? It's just about keeping somewhat to the best of our health that we can possibly do, because you know everything's defiled. We're eating our defiled food right now, but there's certain things, as we know from my elders, encourage us on down to do what we can do, take steps to, you know, do what we can do. Yeah.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws.
Yeah, they don't have no respect for the laws. You know, the earth, the ground Sabbaths, right? So the earth doesn't get replenished. It's not yielding its power. Yeah.
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yeah. So you because of that, we're under them. We're under the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked.
Yeah.
We're getting the fruits of that. It's part of our punishment too. But again, there's steps that we can take so that we could be at our best of that we can possibly be at, which the Most High gave us that too. And that goes back to what we said about High Priest Yaquab. You have to experience both left hand side and the right hand side in order to be good kings, good rulers for the future. Right? So people going to be coming to us for, you know, what they should do in this, as we saw the example of Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all I got there, brothers. You know, if brothers got any closing statements, man, and then and then close up.
That's it for me.
Yeah. No, that's really it. But yeah, just you know, quick shalom to, you know, the brothers on the comment board as well, because, you know, I was just going through the comments there. You know, it's on your channel.
In future, brothers, because we're starting out with the lives now. In future, when brothers put up
because he was adding, you know,
scriptures.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any scriptures there?
He was talking about the Tuskegee syphilis thing. You know, when brothers add information,
Oh,
also,
yeah, all right,
they
so
do
we-
precepts as well.
So
Yeah.
You-
Shalom to brother.
Yeah.
Bahan.
Yeah,
Yahweh,
yeah.
yeah. Shalom, brother.
yeah,
Shalom.
so the water for that, we'll be
Yeah.
paying more attention to the comment boards and bringing out comments and scriptures in future. Like I say, we're just you know, getting used to doing the lives. You know, getting more comfortable with doing the lives. Lord willing.
Then we could
Yeah.
switch around.
Yeah.
But, you know, thank for the information.
Precepts, brother.
Yeah, go on, close up.
So yeah, Yaratazar, you found it edifying, exhorting, and you know, as we close and say, Kal Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Once again, double honors to the great Muslim apostles and the elder bishops, and Yaratazar again. That was a good lesson for you lot. So shalom.
Much love. Shalom.